Hello, team. Welcome to week number 8. Appreciate you watching this brief video. I wanted to get caught up on some things for your benefit, and so I wanted to do a brief video and give you some of that time back from a live hangout. We will do a live hangout next week, so that will be Thursday, November the 9th at 8 p.m. Mountain. Okay, so we'll plan on that. Wanted to give you some feedback on the doohickeys paper. I know I've gotten some questions and some concerns about how that looked for some of your groups, and share a few other thoughts with you. And thank you for something. Doohickeys number 1 is in the books. The first paper I think is the most challenging. It's probably the most ambiguous because it's the first one. Keep in mind that's why I provide an example paper for you. It gives you a good idea of how things look and go. Overall, great work. The work was excellent. Each group put forth a good effort with great ideas. That's a strength area, actually. Each group had solutions that were unique to one another. Some of the ideas were similar, and that's good because that's going to trend. But there's also a lot of ideas that are unique, and I thought were really well called out. So way to use what's called the pool of meaning. If any of you have read Crucial Conversations, there's something called the pool of meaning, which means you have ideas, I have ideas, and when we counsel together, that pool of meaning expands. We come up with ideas, solutions that are effective, that are more meaningful, that are better than what we can come up with on our own. It's that synergy idea, right? Back to week 3. Opportunities. Business writing format is a good suggested format. I didn't see any real red flags other than when you do use some headings, when you do use some bullet points and good paragraphing, it really clarifies your presentation. And the example paper shows that. The length was an issue for some. It is 3,500 word count that we look for on the length. Just to let you know, that is a requirement for all of the students in this online class, all of the teachers, which we have 4 or 5 other teachers that teach this course online. We call for a 3,500 word count. So that is something that is expected. I tried to display that in emails and previous videos rather than give you a page count. Some of my common feedback was better sell your ideas. That's something that I say in most cases, especially the papers that are really well done, especially the A-level papers. I always look for opportunities to provide feedback on what we can do to help you grow and better enhance your effort. Providing support, using research material, showing analysis to better sell your ideas, and then project what that return on investment for doohickeys could look like. What are the benefits of this? Why is it a best practice? Does it help for other companies? Why, if I were the grumpy CEO, why would I want to put your solution in play? That doesn't have to be in depth, that doesn't have to be long, but having some of that verbiage and some of that thinking in there can really wrap your paper together nicely. So if you got that feedback from me, that's kind of where I was coming from and kind of pushing you on. So I'm not trying to be Mr. Grumpy, I'm just trying to help you grow. Because yeah, even if you got an A, I want to give you an opportunity to grow and see where you can go with things. Just a reminder on the criteria. Some of you noted that the instructions weren't, real clear on some of the things I gave feedback on. The big things, of course, there's grammar. Of course, there's the 3 solutions, the 4 possible solutions, a paragraph for each. These 2 sections, 25 points for the including of thoughtful, detailed analysis of the most important issue and solution with clear applications of content, and then applications of concepts, and then right here, implementation. How you got a solution, how would it be implemented? What would the time frames look like? What resources would that demand? What are the benefits to that? So, I understand where you're coming from if some of you had concerns, and so it's great to ask questions. I'm happy to review. Future papers, if you have questions while you're drafting those, I'm happy to read snippets, happy to give you feedback along the way. Just give me enough time to be able to read that and get it back to you, and we'll go from there. I'm happy to do that. So, but overall, again, great job. Wanted to thank you for your feedback. I very much appreciate it. Some of the common themes were timeliness in grading and responding to email, and discussion board responses. So yeah, that's something I've worked through and mentioned. The discussion board is new territory because we're no longer using the Google Plus environment. So I've had to make my brain switch over to that. So I am working through that, remembering to get caught up. It's been a crazy week or two as well. So I'm working through that. Clear assignment instruction. If there's better ways for me to do that, I think with doohickeys I can offer clarification, any of the group assignments, and by all means, if you have questions, feel free to reach out and email in the discussion board, and even by text message. I know some of you have done that. I am addicted to my phone, which means I always have my phone, and so I'm good to respond to a text as well anytime. And shorter, more effective Hangouts. So I know the Hangouts are long, but I think that happens with when we are joining live. There's a discussion that is flowing. My goal with the Hangouts is to create a discussion that provides application to our lives. So my ask of you would be on that feedback, if you'd like shorter meetings or more effective Hangouts, will you send me an email elaborating on that? What would you like to see? What are you not seeing? What's going well with those, so that we can start improving next week. Okay, so that's just some feedback for you. If you have questions, please reach out. I'm here to help you. Just want to let you know I appreciate each and every one of you. I was up on campus talking to some BYU leaders, and they said, "How's it going? What's your feedback as an online instructor? How do you like that?" And all I could do is give praise to you students. You all are amazing. You have goals. You're driven. You're very insightful. You learn by the Spirit, and I promise, as you learn by the Spirit, it'll take the principles that you learn in any class and move it into your heart, so you can become a better person, a better disciple of Jesus Christ. And I am thankful for that process. Learning is a principle of salvation, and I know that's true. And I just wanted to read a scripture in the Doctrine and Covenants, promise of power from the Lord in section 39, verse 12 and 13. And it shall come to pass that power shall rest upon thee. Thou shalt have great faith, and I will be with thee and go before thy face. Thou art called to labor in my vineyard, and to build up my church, and to bring forth Zion, that it may rejoice upon the hills and flourish. I'm thankful for that promise of power. That power shall rest upon thee. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling out of sort, you can have power. And I know that's true. Enjoy. Have a great evening, and let me know what you need. Thanks. Bye.